Since 1801. Thanks to Whisper Concerts, producing concerts since 1976. USA Discounters, your incredible credit store. Dominion Power. Dominion is a proud sponsor of the Patriotic Festival here. They will be performing a formation demonstration later in today's show. But as you can see, from 10,000 feet above the ground, if you look carefully, you can see all 5 of those aircraft flying in a very, very challenging line abreast formation. And they are mentioning one of our prime sponsors of this weekend's Virginia Beach Patriotic Festival. And that's People's Express Airlines. That ability to turn in a tight circle gives it a tremendous tactical advantage. One unique characteristic that all Navy aircraft must possess is the ability to land on an aircraft carrier at sea with a moving and sometimes pitching flight deck. Right now, Worm's going to dirty it up, meaning he's going to get aerodynamically dirty with the wheels down, flaps down, and tail hook extended. It is the tail hook that allows the Hornet to stop and land with pinpoint accuracy in an area not much larger than your driveway. From the right, ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Fred Allen flying the Hornet in the carrier configuration pass. Now he'll power it up. Quickly flying to 3,500 This 35,000-pound airplane is amazingly maneuverable. And just think, at one point, the basic design of the Hornet was a loser. It has turned out to be a big winner, a huge winner for your United States Navy. Hey Worm, this is Rob Ryder. What's coming up next, my friend? Roger that. We're with you, buddy. You're looking awesome out there, and the crowd loves you.
Having a good time. Looks like we got a good crowd today.
Indeed we do. Get on it. We'll talk about it. From the right, Lieutenant Allen is now performing a repositioning maneuver to slow his aircraft and align it with a show line. He'll come in at just over 300 miles an hour and demonstrate the superb nose authority and the ability of the F-18 to point at an adversary aircraft. In a very short space, you'll see the Hornet change direction from a horizontal flight path to straight up. Here we go. It's the pitch. Straight down. It is this ability, combined with an awesome arsenal of air-to-air weapons, that makes the FAA a world-class fighter that is feared worldwide. The next demonstration we're going to see will highlight the exceptional slow speed ability of the Hornet. Sometimes flying slow is the best thing to do in combat. What Worm is going to do is come around from the left and slow the airplane down, pull the throttle back, pull the nose up, and then add power and continue to pull the nose up in what we call a slow speed or high alpha pass. Alpha is a term that's short for angle of attack, the number of degrees that the nose is pulled up above the horizon. We're going to talk to him and see how slow he can get this aircraft going. All right, Worm, tell us how slow you're going to go and give us those degrees of alpha.
You got it, Rob. We're slowing down right now. 700 feet coming through 160 knots.
That's 200 miles, 190 miles an hour.
150, the Alpha's starting to build about now.
20 degrees nose up.
Whoa, man, we're slow, huh?
We're going to 25 degrees nose up, looking at about 125 knots.
That's less than 140 miles per hour. It looks great, buddy. You get any slower, you're going to turn into a bag of hammers.
You know it, I got to be real nice to her right now.
Forward, powering right out of it with those two GE F404 engines that generate 36,000 pounds of thrust. He'll do another one-half human 8 maneuver. He'll point the nose down 45 degrees. As he comes through about 3,000 feet, he'll throw the stick to the right, turn the aircraft from inverted to upright. See an orange glow, and that means that raw jet fuel is being poured into the exhaust of this jet, giving it a huge kick in the pants to get into a fight or out of a fight very, very quickly. It does use up speed at an inordinate rate. If he left it in afterburner, he'd only have enough fuel to fly for 15 minutes. Now, watch as he sets up for landing on a carrier. This is called the carrier brake, as he works like every Navy and Marine Corps pilot would to get his or her craft back on an aircraft carrier as quickly as possible. Reaching show center, Worm will throw the stick to the left. Now he'll slow down. At 275 knots, he'll lower the flaps, lower the gear, and lower the tail hook. If he were landing on an aircraft carrier, he would now be lining up and getting ready to land. He would then receive a radio call from the landing signal officer. It would sound something like this. Rhino 1-1, 3/4 of a mile, call the ball.
We want on 1 mile, 4.3 well.
Roger ball. Now, if he were to land, he would descend at 600 to 700 feet per minute and slam down on the deck. Whether or not that tail hook catches one of the 4 wires stretched across the deck, the pilot will shoot. Worm is going to set up for a high-speed photo pass. He'll be coming in from over your shoulder and to the right, and you'll be able to look down into the workspace. Check out Worm's office.
100 miles an hour, 0.95 miles.
700 miles an hour! We sure did. Ladies and gentlemen, I got a microphone on. Make some noise so he can hear you applauding. You hear that, partner? All right, buddy, maintains control of the 6-ship formation as each member demonstrates the sharpened skill level to hold this formation. Smoke on now! The majority of the pilots on the team earned their wings through military training in the Air Force, Navy, and the Marines. Many transitioned to commercial airline pilots following their time served in the military. Leading the flight today is the boss, Larry Arkin, with his co-pilot, Steve Kapoor. Watch as the Skytypers perform turning maneuvers in their delta formation. The aircraft weigh about 5,500 pounds each and use a 600 horsepower supercharged 9-cylinder radial engine, the Pratt & Whitney R1340. Notice the precision of the pilots as they constantly adjust to hold their position on the flight lead while maintaining only a few feet of wingtip clearance. This type of formation flying requires concentration and a high degree of flying skill developed over and refined over many years.
The Gieco Skytypers are pleased to demonstrate their unique capabilities in this vintage aircraft with you today through a series of demonstrations and maneuvers. The flight lead will now release both outboard solo pilots in a further demonstration of the aircraft's maneuverability. Watch the solos as they turn their smoke on and cross while pulling into each other's flight path with only a few feet between them, leaving little margin for error. After the aircraft cross, the solo pilots will turn toward show center to demonstrate the opposing solo guns pass. When two aircraft engage in air-to-air combat, they attempt to pass as close as possible and either maneuver to get behind their opponent or escape to safety. The aircraft will extend and then reverse course to simulate the opposing solo guns pass. Diving for energy, the solos approach one another in a descending head-to-head engagement at a closure rate of over 320 miles per hour. Close abeam, the solos will pitch up and roll into each other, passing canopy to canopy, Less than 50 feet apart. Degree right turn and change the formation into trail. Once in trail, they must regroup into a more effective formation in order to continue the mission.
One method to rejoin is for the lead aircraft to start a turn and have the other aircraft add power and put their nose in front of lead so they fly a shorter distance. Each pilot must be aware of the location of the other three aircraft as they maneuver to get into position as quickly and as safely as possible.
Together again in their diamond formation. The flight leader is the forwardmost member of the diamond formation and is responsible for the direction and integrity of the entire flight. The respective wingmen need to maintain their positions while consistently referencing the flight lead. The other diamond pilots are right wing Ken Johansson, left wing Rob Steo, and slot position Bob Johansson. Smoke on! Watch as they show off their precision diamond formation. More American combat pilots trained in this single-engine trainer
than any other World War II trainer. The SMJ was designed in the late 1930s and flew with the armed forces well into the Korean War during the early 1950s, retiring as a Navy trainer in 1958. The aircraft was well suited for training purposes. It had just enough bad habits to teach new pilots to respect their future high-performance fighters.
Watch overhead now as two aircraft arrive and split into separate paths. These aircraft are called forward air controllers, or FACs. The FACs. Here they are. It looks like the two solos are drawing apart. Keep your eyes forward as the diamond formation, transformed into a challenging vertical diamond, attempts to fly through the center. In this vertical diamond, the references the wingmen use must change completely as they now have to look almost straight up to remain in position for the lead aircraft.